If you are not connecting with your teen, then how can you explore career options with them? How can you find out what is truly deep within their heart? What inspires them? What motivates them? Or what they see in the future? That's why today we are going to talk about connection before direction. Welcome to College and Career Ready, a podcast that helps you motivate and inspire your growing teen to be college and career ready. I'm Sonia Cacique, founder of Discover You College and Career Coaching, and I will be your host and guide on this exciting journey towards a bright future. Our mission is simple: to empower our parents and students by elevating their confidence and resourcefulness. We believe that you deserve all the tools and support necessary to open the doors to endless possibilities of success. And with our community, you don't have to do this alone, so come with me and let's get started. Well, hello, my friend. I want to thank you for being here today with me. Whether you're driving your kids to and from school, or if you're listening while you're running, exercising, or having your cup of coffee or hot tea, welcome. And if you have shared this episode with a friend or two, I want to say thank you. This is what helps our podcast community continue to grow. So if you have not yet sent this episode to your top 3 or 5 friends, then do so right now so you can help us build our community of college and career ready parents. You can even have some great conversations after you each listen to an episode and exchange your thoughts and ideas. Your presence means the world to me, and us having the time to have this conversation in hopes of helping you motivate and inspire your teen to be college and career ready is so rewarding for me. Let me ask you this. Do you struggle to get your teen to talk to you about their current goals or aspirations? How can you get your teen to even talk to you about their career goals, aspirations, or interests when they don't even know themselves? Do you ask yourself this? If so, then stick around because today we will be exploring a very specific way to connect with your growing teen, to show them that you love them and slowly build that trust and open communication that you're so much needing to help them in their college and career ready journey. And all of this starts with this very first step. On last week's episode, I talked about my 4-step framework that I use in my one-on-one college and career coaching to motivate and inspire your teen to be college and career ready. If you have not checked out that episode, make sure you do so after you listen to this one. And I promise it will definitely come full circle. In our conversation last week, we talked about the first pillar in my framework, which is self-discovery. And in order to help your teen discover who they are, you need to connect with them first. I hear parents say to me, I can't get my child motivated. I can't get them to speak to me. Or my child is lost and has no clue what they want for their future or career of interest. Well, my friend, if you have ever said any of these things to yourself, then let me tell you, it can be very difficult and it's actually quite normal because of the developmental stage that they are in. It's a tough time for them. And with all the social media and academic pressure that surrounds them, they are being given so much information left and right that it can be overwhelming. And then having to come home and start a conversation with you about their future, it's even more stressing, especially when they don't even know themselves what in the heck is going on within them. So, what can we do as parents? Well, before we hop into our second step in our framework, which is career exploration, we need to connect with them. Otherwise, we're speaking and talking to them in a one-way channel, a one-way street, my friend, where you're doing all the talking. And guess what? Communication is a two-way lane. Communication is the transmission of thoughts, ideas, and feelings, and a solution to one of the greatest needs we have as people and as a person. And it isn't easy to communicate with our children. Trust me, I know. We're always trying to fill in the gaps while they're speaking to us. And then we say, why don't you talk to us more? Why don't you tell me what you're thinking? Please tell me how you feel. But what if our growing teen doesn't even feel the love we have for them? Let me say that one more time. What if your teen does not feel the love you have for them? That can quickly close all doors and opportunities for open communication. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with you today. In our last episode, I explored some ways to begin communicating with your teen. But then after that episode, I started thinking, what if your teen does not feel the love you're giving them? Of course, you're probably quick to tell me, but I love them, Sonia. Well, I agree. 100%, my friend. Absolutely. I know that you do. I know that you love your children. But there's something I wanted to share with you today that has been eye opening in my own experience and can also help you build your relationship with your teen and increase and better your communication with them. And that has to do with how we love them. Today, we are going to dive into a profound concept that can revolutionize your relationship with your growing teen. And that is through the 5 love languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. Have you read the book, The 5 Love Languages? If not, then you definitely want to stick around. And if you have, I'm sure you'll pick up another tip or two on today's episode that can help you in your own journey with your teen. But before we dive in, let's take a moment to understand what the 5 love languages are all about. Dr. Gary Chapman's groundbreaking theory suggests that each individual has a primary way of expressing and receiving love. They are words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Okay, let me repeat those one more time. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Have you heard of the 5 love languages? If you have, congratulations. This process will be simpler for you, and we will be applying what you already know to applying it with your teen. But if you have never heard of the 5 love languages, then let's start by exploring and understanding the 5 love languages and how they can profoundly impact the relationship between you and your teenager. As teenagers navigate the complexities of adolescence, maintaining that strong emotional connection with them becomes so important. Recognizing and speaking your teen's love language allows you to communicate, love, and support in a way that resonates deeply with them. It helps build trust and mutual understanding. You can see why we would want to first talk about building our communication with our teen before we start talking about college and career plans. So many parents, if not the majority, are missing this major step in the process. But you are so lucky, my friend, because you are here today and now you will have access to information that's not widely shared or talked about in the college and career readiness journey. Most parent conversations right now are about where your child is going to go to college or what career they're pursuing, rather than talking about who your child is as an individual person with unique skills, gifts, and talents, and how they're planning to apply that to the career of choice that they're going to pursue. So, how can you go about identifying your teen's primary love language? Observe your teen. Simply put, observe your teen's behavior and how they express affection. If your teen thrives on verbal praise, I'm lifting my hand up because that's actually my love language, which is words of affirmation. Side note, you are welcome to send me words of affirmation any day because that is my primary love language. If they appreciate gestures of service, such as helping with chores or tasks, then acts of service might be their primary love language. And on the contrary, if they're grumbling and complaining while doing chores, then you can strike off acts of service because that is not your child's love language. It's just so fascinating how these love languages can provide a roadmap for building stronger connections with your teenagers. Once you have identified your teen's love language, then you can incorporate it into your daily interactions. That is daily, my friend. We have to pour into their love bucket one drop at a time by one action and opportunity at a time. It's all about speaking their love language. For instance, if your teen's love language is quality time, carving out dedicated one on one time together can speak volumes. Engage in activities that they enjoy. Listen actively and show genuine interest in their thoughts and feelings. If their love language is physical touch, hugs, high fives, or a comforting pat on the back can convey love and support in a powerful way. If your child just shrugs you off when you are trying to hug them or kiss them or cuddle with them, that is not their love language, so you can strike that one off. Here's the catch: you, my friend, have your own love language, and most often we love others by the love language that defines us. And that is a huge mistake because if that's the way you show love and it's not the love language that defines your teen, then guess what? They're truly not receiving your love. No matter how much emphasis you put on it, it's not received the way it is given, period. So it is important to first identify your own love language to see what your natural tendency is to love others and how you love your children. And then you can identify each of your child's individual love language so you can learn how to love each one of them. Here's the catch: you will have to love your children differently. It's so easy and common for us to say as parents, I love my children equally. And you probably do. But it's time to differentiate how you love each one of your children to the love language that identifies them. This approach is a game changer for fostering more open communication between parents and teens. And what did I say is the first step of the college and career readiness journey with your teen? Self discovery through connection before direction, my friend. Always remember that. By speaking your teen's love language, you demonstrate that you understand and value them on a deeper level. This can create a safe, nurturing environment where teens feel empowered to express themselves authentically. When communication is rooted in love and understanding, it paves the way for meaningful conversations and it strengthens the parent teen bond. If you're interested in learning more about the five love languages, I highly recommend the book from Gary Chapman, The Five Love Languages. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon or your favorite bookstore. And they even have one geared more towards parents. So there you go, my friend, the five love languages. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a call to action. Take some time this week or weekend to observe and reflect on your teenager's behavior and how they express affection. Pay attention to the little cues that reveal their love language. Once you've identified it, make a conscious effort to incorporate it into your interactions with them, whether it's offering words of affirmation, spending quality time together, showing physical attention. Speak your teen's love language consistently. Listen, I have to do this on my own as well. Constantly remind myself of each of my child's love language because both of my kiddos, who were born just 1 minute apart, are completely different to each other and have their own unique love language, which of course I have already identified. So notice the impact it has on your relationship and the level of communication between you and your teen. Understanding and speaking your teen's love language can be a game changer in strengthening your bond and open communication between both of you. Take the first step today and watch your relationship with your teenagers change. I want to encourage you to approach this journey with patience and empathy. Discovering your teen's love language may require some trial and error, but the effort is well worth it. Keep the lines of communication open. Be open to your teen's cues. And remember that love is a language that transcends words. By understanding and speaking your teen's love language, you can unlock deeper connections and foster open communication. That will help you and your teen in the college and career readiness journey. Next week, my friend, we will have a special guest in our career exploration series, and she will talk to us about her experience as a current college student and 1 year from graduating with a degree in pharmacy. She will be exploring her career in a very specific niche of interest, which is veterinary pharmacy. If your teen is interested in careers in the medical field, pharmacy, veterinary, or healthcare, then you will want to make sure you tune in. So make sure you are subscribed to this podcast wherever you're listening to us from, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or even YouTube. Make sure you click the subscribe or follow button. And while you're there, I would appreciate you write a review for our podcast so that other parents can help find us. Writing a review can help tremendously because it expands this podcast beyond your immediate network. And as always, my friend, I love connecting with you. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, or just shoot me an email. My contact information is in the show notes. Or you can go to my website, collegecareerready.org. Thank you, my sweet friend, for being here with us today. Until next week, stay well, be present, and enjoy the journey. Adios. Hi, friend. Thank you for listening in. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean so much to me if you share it with a friend. Share it with them right now, or even better, tag me so I can personally thank you for helping us build our community. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Let's keep in touch, and I'll talk to you next week. Adios.